One of the most famous lines in Western literature was, "In the beginning there was the Word." And leaving religious discussions aside, uh, think about what a word is. It's vibration. It's vibration of your vocal cords, and it's air passing through those vibrating vocal cords that produces sound, and the sound is vibrating air molecules, and the air molecules that are vibrating at a certain frequency hit your eardrums, and your eardrums vibrate and then send electrical signals to your brain where all of this sound gets decoded and presented to you. So what I'm getting at here is the importance of vibration and the importance of rhythm and the importance of frequencies, because that's really all your brain has to go on. Everyone, I will say, needs more vibration. Everyone needs to be more rhythmic. Everyone needs more frequencies, better frequencies, the correct frequencies for their brain. So what I'm going to show you is a video here. Now let me just set the stage. This is my friend Jose. I taught salsa for him for about 10 years. He's the owner of the dance studio that I used to teach at. Before COVID, I had never been able to get anywhere with him with postural restoration. No, I could not get him neutral. And if I got him neutral, he would stay neutral for about, 30 seconds, a minute, because the problem was he had a very deviated septum. He only had one nostril to work with, so his breathing was very off. During COVID, and I didn't really see him for a year and a half probably, so during COVID, he got his deviated septum fixed. So his breathing became normal. So when I went in this summer to see him, and I was doing all this experimentation with rhythm and dancing and music, and showing the effect it had on the body, and I showed a lot of this on my Instagram account, I expected that he was still going to be tight, but in reality, he was completely neutral, except for his right shoulder lacked a little bit of internal rotation. I'm going to show you that right here. But then you're going to see what we did to get him that internal rotation of his right shoulder. Remember, if you're new to PRI, or if you've been trying PRI or working through PRI and trying to understand it, you're probably thinking that you have to do certain types of exercises or PRI techniques for all these changes to occur, because simply you're thinking about muscles and bones. You're not thinking about neurology of the brain. You're not thinking about vibration. You're not thinking about the things that the brain actually relies on to make its decisions on how to move. And all our brain has to work on is frequencies. When you're looking at me, you don't know what I look like. Your brain is interpreting what I'm looking at. Your brain is guessing as to what I'm looking at, or what you're looking at. All I'm doing is reflecting light at a certain frequency that your brain then decides what it's seeing. It's guessing as to what I'm seeing. It just so happens that humans pretty much all guess the same way, but animals see frequencies that we don't see. Animals see lights that we don't see. Animals hear things that we don't hear. So we don't have access to full reality. We have access to a sliver of reality that the human brain operates very well in, but we don't have access to all of reality. All I'm getting at is frequencies. That's what our brain is relying on to figure out where it is in space, to remain upright without falling. And that's what postural restoration it is. That information is telling your muscles how to then activate properly. So what you're going to see in this video is his testing is really good. So here we go. And I'm shocked. All right, right leg abduction, full. Left leg adduction, full, which means his pelvis is neutral. Then I checked his right shoulder, and it's a little bit limited, and his neck was fine. So I have him play the drums, the congas. He's playing a rhythm, a salsa rhythm. And then he has full shoulder internal rotation, no problems. So that is the importance of rhythm. So you can say, well, what was the mechanism behind that? Rhythm. Every time his hand was hitting the ground, his brain was sensing vibration through his feet. Because remember, if you move your hands, that's going to move your body also. So your brain is going to sense the ground underneath your feet differently every time you start to hit, alternating. Alternating your hands will also alternate ground pressure underneath your feet. It's also going to create frequencies and vibrations through his wrist all the way up to his shoulder blade. And that, most likely, that was the, I would say that that's probably the most obvious or possible mechanism of why that change occurred. His brain sensed frequency, rhythm, vibration from his right hand through the wrist all the way up to the shoulder blade on the right side, because remember that right shoulder loves to be in a winged position. He felt that. His brain recognized vibration. Because what do we usually do with our right hands? We grasp, we tighten, we hold, we write. When you're in that position that you type, you're in that static position for too long, things tighten up. Your brain loses sense of movement of that shoulder blade. Playing the congas restores it, vibration. So that's what got him neutral. So what's an easy way that you, if you don't play the drums, what's an easy way that you can actually start to restore some vibration to your life? Well, voice. That is the biggest thing, voice. And actually this picture, look at the picture between scenario A and scenario B, before singing and after singing with my voice. And I did it in a very particular way, but where I had access to my hamstrings, my abdominals, and my low traps, which are the grounding muscles. And then I sang and I made certain vocalizations that produced that change. So what's the easiest way that you can get some vibration in your life? Get yourself a kazoo. To play a kazoo, you can't just blow into it. Nothing works. You have to vibrate. Unless you can vibrate, this instrument will not vibrate. And then your brain hears a vibration from the instrument, and it's just a feedback loop. And there is a feedback loop from your voice box to your ears. It's controlled by the vagus nerve, the recurrent laryngeal nerve, I believe it's called. So that's an easy way to get vibration. Some people are just stuck spiritually, I'm not saying in a religious sense, like that thing higher than them that they can't figure out. Maybe they think about themselves too much. Remember, less I, less me, less I, less suffering. That's the big lesson. But sometimes, or maybe you lift weights too much. And when you lift weights too much, you're going to tighten up through your vocal cords. And if you tighten up through your vocal cords, you will not be using your real voice, which means your brain is never actually experiencing you, because your real voice is you. You are the voice that your body produces the voice. I've been taking singing lessons for the past 4 or 5 months. Every singing teacher knows your body produces your voice. If you're an extended body because you lift weights too much and your lats are really big and your chest is really big, they look great, but you can't move, and I'm guaranteeing you probably can't, you're not listening to your own voice. Your brain is getting freaked out because your voice is being produced from a forward head posture. That's not your right voice. Your body produces your voice. Your brain wants to hear that voice that you were born with. Extension takes that away. So blowing up balloons, but another way you can do it to help you breathe is you'd want to start with deeper sounds, and you can feel the vibration inside your chest. That's what you need to do. You need to resonate. You can't resonate if you're stuck on one side of your body or if you're stuck in the middle. You got to be able to alternate sides. Hopefully this, if you have PRI experience or you've watched a lot of videos about PRI, they talk about alternation. If your vocal cords can't vibrate and alternate between abduction and adduction, which they should do, your PRI program will struggle and you will struggle. You'll stay tight. So easiest way to start to get some vibration into your life, get a little kazoo and play that kazoo. If you like this video, could you please like it, share it, or comment? I would appreciate it. Thanks.